Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. In this video I will answer a sister. She asked me for some help and she is saying regarding some verses in the Quran proving that the Bible cannot be corrupted. But before I start, I want to ask the Christians why always we have and we do try to prove to Muslims that the Bible they are talking about is not corrupted. I want Christians to stop doing this. Simply, when a Muslim he say to you the gospel is corrupted, he's talking about the gospel of his God, not yours. Let us be smart and play the game of Muslims correctly. According to Islam, the Injil, which is the gospel, is sent by Allah. He is not talking about the gospel you have in your hand, because anyway, the gospel in your hand is not sent by Allah to you. Is that correct? So when a Muslim says to you, oh, the Injil, which means the gospel, is corrupted, say to him, yes, the gospel which sent by your God, Allah, is corrupted. This is a problem for them. It is not a problem for us. Because this is showing us that the God of Islam, according to them, who sent 124,000 prophets, all of them they got beating. All of them they got screwed. All of them, their books is corrupted. And Allah, supposedly, He want to protect only one book, which doesn't make sense. 124,000 prophet, Satan did beat them. And by the way, he is not beating the prophets, he is beating their God. Because the books prophets bring, they are the books of their God, not their books. So, as you see in the screen, this is chapter 3, verse 48. It says that Allah, He is the one who taught the gospel. He is the one who taught the Torah, and He is the one who taught the Injil. The law and the gospel in here is simply translation for the word Torah or Injil. So those are the books of Allah. So if a Muslim saying his God Allah gets screwed by Satan and Satan made fun of him and corrupt his book, agree, we have no problem. It is the problem of their God, not our God. Our God is not Allah, and we have nothing to do with those books. Anyway, this is number one. Number two, just to show you from the beginning how stupid is the one who wrote the Quran. As you see in here, it says that Allah is the one who brought the Torah and the Gospel. If we go to different verse, chapter 5, verse 66, to show you that when Muslim says that the God of Islam, He is the same as your God, and He is the one who brought the Torah and the Gospel, is not, simply by the following verse, 566, saying the following: if only they had stood fast by the law and the gospel and all the revelations that was sent to them from their God. You see how stupid this God is? If you are the one who sent the gospel and the Torah, why you say to them, if they stay by the gospel which sent to them from their God, shouldn't He say from me? Remember, the one is talking there is Allah, but the one who is making the Quran, he is just a fool. This is why he keep contradicting himself. One verse saying to us that Allah is the one who brought the Torah and the gospel, another verse saying to us if they stood with their book which sent to them from their God, they would be fine. Which means their God cannot be the God of Islam. So our God is not the God of Islam anyway. Now let us continue and show you more verses in the Quran to show you how stupid the one who made the book. Chapter 3, verse number 93. You will see in here the Jewish and Muhammad, they have argument over food, what they should eat, what they should not eat. What Muhammad he said to them, listen to this. Say to them, this is Allah saying to Muhammad, this is Quran. Say to them, bring the Torah now. Now, do you see the word now? And recite it, so that the Torah of what you say became clear. So Allah in here in this surah saying to them, saying to Muhammad, say to the Jewish to bring their Torah if they are honest in what they say to you about arguing about eating a camel or drink the milk of the camel. So if the Torah is corrupted, how you say to them, bring your Torah now? Do you see the word now? So the Muslims can't play games, say, oh, this is about the Torah before. This is about the Torah 500 years before Muhammad. No, this is now. Muhammad is challenging them to read, not only to bring it and read. Read it from where? From the Torah. When? Now. So how you ask them to read it from a book? It's corrupted already. This is one of the stupid things in the Quran. It's chapter 3, verse number 93. Let us move. Chapter 3, verse number 3, it says clearly what is between their hands. But when you see the Muslims translate the verse, they say what was confirming what was before it of the books. This is not true. It is what between his hand. He have now between his hand, confirming the books between his hands, which is the Torah and the Injil, the Gospel. Let us continue. This is 543. In here you will see very, very clear evidence. Allah saying to Muhammad, how they are making you their judge when they have the Torah. They have the Torah. He's talking to Muhammad right now. You know, there is no need for you to be a judge for them because they have the Torah. Let them read their Torah. So if the Torah there is not the true Torah no more, how Allah say to Muhammad, how you can be judged for them if they have the Torah? Do they have the Torah or they don't have the Torah? If they have the corrupted Torah, you cannot say to them, go and read the Torah, which is corrupted, to be judged for yourself. Right? So he's asking them to read what is not corrupted, which was in the time of Muhammad exists. And this is why Allah is saying to him, why they are making you a judge, coming to you to question you. But simply in here, Muhammad, he have no answer. He don't know what to say. So he said to them, oh, you know what? Go and read your Torah. Don't you have your Torah? It's approved. So it's approved, not corrupted. I'm not going to say to someone, go and read the book of Jehovah's Witnesses to get the right answer. Jehovah's Witnesses for me are not a Christian, and their book doesn't have to do with me anyway. So when you say to them, go and read the book to be a judge for yourself, to get the correct answer, it's mean you are approving their books which they have at that time. Let us continue. At the end, we will ask ourselves a very simple question. First, the Quran. When the Quran talk about corruption in those books, he's talking about what? You know, the Muslims, they have a problem. They are the same as their prophet. They do not know how to read. This is Surah 4, verse 46. Simply, what the Quran is saying to the Jewish and to the Christians, that those who change words, location, 446, of the Jew, there are those who displace words from their right places, which mean they are not adding words, they are displacing verses. Are you reading with me? So they are not, you know, corruption. Always people they try to defend. It is adding words to the book. In the Quran, it does not say that. The Quran says they are changing the location of words. That's all. Changing the location of words, which mean, and by the way, not words by one word, it's words as sentences, which mean verses. Taking verse from here, put it there. Now in here, if this is corruption, and you will see of the Jewish, which means some of them, not all of them, some of them, and it's very funny that all of them today, they agreed to corrupt their book, they agreed to displace verses. Doesn't make sense. But if this is a corruption in the Quran, this is mean that the Quran is corrupted. Why? Simply, all of us, we knew that the first chapter in the Quran today is Al-Fatiha. So if we go to chapter number 1, we will see that it is Al-Fatiha. Al-Fatiha. When Al-Fatiha, it's not the first word or the first chapter was given to Muhammad. The first one, which is now today, 96, verse number 1, 2, 3, etc. So if a change in location of verses from the Quran will make corruption, the Quran is corrupted big time according to their book. Not much time left. If we go to chapter 5, verse number 3, we will see the God of Islam saying that today I completed my favor upon you, and I finished Islam and perfected Islam for you and accepted Islam as a religion. Islam was perfected and completed and finished before even the Quran was finished, because as you see, this is chapter 5 verse number 3, which means this verse was the last verse in the Quran. Muslims displaced the location of the verse and they played with the Quran and they put it in chapter 5 verse number 3, because this verse cannot belong to this. This day I perfected your religion for you, completed my favor upon you, and chosen Islam for you as a religion. The religion is completed. This was the last verse supposedly was given to Muhammad. Muslims played with their Quran, changed the location. So according to the verse saying that the one who changed this place verses, he corrupted his book, the Quran is corrupted according to their words. Christ is Lord, Islam is false. Ameen.